control, but I trust, you know, writing is a collaboration. And if you don't trust your producer, your director, your editor, your casting person, if you don't actually trust, if you try to control too much, and again, I wish Frank was here, because maybe he'd disagree with me completely, but because he's a showrunner and I'm not. But I think control can be dangerous. So I don't look for control, I look for influence, I look for my voice to be heard. And because the producer this time happens to be my wife, I can be pretty sure she'll listen to me.
That's convenient.
Before she ignores me. And yes, I'm involved. So I'm an EP, executive producer. I'm not writing the scripts. It seemed a good idea to give somebody else a new perspective and a new entry. So a guy called Guy Burt, who's a very good writer, has done the scripts. We now have a director, I'm happy to say, not English as well, so I'm glad that it has a sort of a European feel to it, and we're looking to cast very soon the boy who will play Alex, which is the biggest decision of all. He said in the book, nobody knows anything. That's his most famous dictum, nobody knows anything. And I have those 3 words above my desk, because nobody knows anything. A week before Stormbreaker opened, the production company paid me money to write the sequel because they were certain they had a huge smash hit on their hands. They didn't know. Nobody knows anything. You just don't know. A film is a success when it's a success. Not until then, not a minute before. We were talking about Killing Eve yesterday, a wonderful television show. Killing Eve was turned down by every single producer and television, you know, production company in the world, as far as I can see, until BBC America decided to take it, which is crazy. They don't make drama like that, but they did. And now, it was up for an Emmy, and it's a fantastic success, certainly in England. Nobody knows anything. So in terms of giving advice, I'm always very careful about that. I was talking to somebody this morning about the project they had, and I immediately had 5 ideas how to make it better. I said nothing, because maybe it would make it much, much worse. And anyway, it's not my job. I don't know. So advice page, 3 pages is enough, or even 2 to sell the story. Don't write reams. Everybody is busy in this business, so producers don't have time. The classic approach to a literary agent: 1 letter, who you are, where you've come from, what you're doing, making yourself interesting. Doesn't need to be true. And then the second one is this is my new book. It's a story of, and just a couple of pages. It's enough. They'll know after 1 paragraph anyway. And then, if you like, the first chapter to show them the quality of your writing and the world you're creating. And to me, that puts you into the top 5% immediately of people trying to get published. I don't know for film, because it's so long since I do that. My pitches now tend to be verbal rather than written down. And one thing I never do, for what it's worth, and I say this to young writers not as advice, but it's just what I never do, I never rewrite treatments. If you get stuck rewriting treatments, and I've been there in the past when I was young,